All right, and we'll
Did you
get started.
upload? Did you upload the music for that, or are we
Oh, I
learning by
sent
ear?
it.
Or
I sent it out. I think I just forward. Oh wait, did I forward it to you, Sharon? So let me make sure. Let's see here.
may have gone. Did you just send it, or did you send it last week?
No, I sent it not long ago. I don't think. I think I forgot you on the list here. So I'm sending it. I'm sending it to you now. Just make sure you got that
Okay.
there.
I won't
And
be insulted.
it. I don't blame you. I have 70 some people that I see every week. I counted it up
Uh,
there not long ago.
uh,
You get it
and
there?
thanks, Lena, for that link. Yes, I got that. Thanks, Lena, for that link.
Yeah, Lena, that is great. Really, really nice collection of what we've done there. It's very helpful. I sent it to everybody. Awesome. Thank you.
I apologize for like the notations on the ones that I just scribbled on post-its and took pictures of.
Oh, I didn't get to them yet.
Some of them are just like what I've scribbled down and not actual music, but it's a placeholder for the list, So,
Absolutely.
but
No, I'll have to check out those scratchings. They're usually pretty cool when people have all different ways of keeping track of stuff on their own, and I always enjoy seeing that. Anyway, there's Shona. That's good. Shona's showing up. That's great. Okay, so let's get started there, guys. Now let's do something today. Like I said, I'd like to have a kind of a good go at the skills this evening. So let's start out with that thing I was talking about where we do a down bow and an up bow on each string starting on the G. Okay? And since you're all muted, I'll just do it with you, and you can critique yourself. All right? And we'll do it a few times. And I want everybody to try to critique themselves and pick a couple of things they can get better on the next attempt. So let's give it a go. Ready on the G. Ready, go. Okay, now I did pretty good, but I had a little scrape on the G string there. And I've noticed lately that my bow, I think I need to get my bow rehaired. I think it's kind of getting a lot of miles on it. But so it's a little bit more work to get everything perfect these days. But I had a little scrape at the beginning of the up bow on my G. And it's because I failed to bring in the right weight to start an up bow note on the empty end of the pickup truck. Okay? You guys all decide one or two things you're going to get better, and let's do it again. Okay? We're going for 100% clean here. Ready, go. Damn it, I had a scrape on the same scrape. Did you guys hear that? Did you hear that little scrape at the beginning of my up bow on the G? No! Sounded awful. It was terrible. Worst thing ever. I'm going to put a little tiny lick of rosin. Now, how's everybody doing? Are you getting some results? Are you getting some perfection there? I mean, I'm sure it's not totally perfect, but you're getting there. Now, you want to make sure a full stop between the up bow and the down bow, and the other way around, right? Nice clean start, nice clean stop. That's even harder. No bouncing, no touching other strings. Let's do one more time. Now, if everybody's happy with it, let's go a little bit. We're going to move the bow a bit faster because the idea with this exercise, once you get that nice, perfect start and stop and nothing going weird during your bows, you speed it up. Okay? And hopefully we get to the point where you can just be whipping that bow back and forth and it still sounds good. It's unaffected. See what I mean? So that's what we're going for. So if you're happy and you're all very perfect, which is great, let's speed it up a little bit. So it's going to be like this. 1, 2, 3, and... Challenge goes up when you move the bow faster, doesn't it? Yeah, for sure. But we're going to use it. Don't be afraid of it. Put that gas on and it'll do the job for you. Now, is there any feedback or any comments or concerns? You can't get it happening or anything like that before we keep going? Pretty good results? That's great. Keep at it. Let's not let it go. Now, let's do our G major scale. And let's see if we can apply the same perfect sound. Ready, go. For once I did good. How are you guys doing? Feeling pretty good? Let's do it again though. As soon as I see a little kind of time to do it again. Actually, tell you the truth, if everybody had been like, yeah, we did great, then I would say do it again right away. Because whenever you do something right, always good to do it again right away. You might have a chance of doing it right again. Precious. Let's do it one more time. Ready, 2, 3, go. Feeling better? A little bit better? Good, good, good. Let's try the arpeggio. Ready, 2, 3, and... one more. Always good. Mine was so good I gotta do it again right away. Ready, go. Okay, how's everybody feeling about G? Pretty good? Great. That's very good. Let's do some double stops. You know, and I was thinking, once we get through the double stops in the key of G, it would be cool to do it with this bowing pattern. See that? Because all of those things that you have to do for that exercise, the little sensitivity, starting and stopping things, when you do it on 2 strings, it's much more strengthening. Yeah, but it's hard at first, of course, to get it happening on 2 strings. But if you are having some success with double stops, doing any of those patterns on double stops is way more strengthening than doing it on a single string. Okay? You'll find that when you do, if you work it out on double stop, when you go to do a single string, it seems a lot easier.
And could you, I did miss a couple of classes. Can you just quickly go over what the double stops are? Like what the notes are?
Did I send you music for it?
You might have. Let me take a look.
Because I can... I can.
Got it.
So I can
Yeah,
also...
I think you did. Okay,
Okay.
I'll look at it. I'll figure it out.
Okay, good. Because I can also just share my screen easy enough too. Anyway, so let's do that. So first of all, we're just going to do our double stops. 2 bows on each set of double stops, and then we're going to try that down, up, up bowing pattern. See if we can strengthen these muscles a little bit on the 2 strings. Okay, so first of all, just regular 2 bows per set of double stops, starting with open and open. Ready, go. Jeez, I love double stops. Nothing sounds better than 2 notes ringing at the same time. Okay, yes, Shona.
So, do you have to apply a little bit more pressure to get both, or is it just the angle of my bow? Okay.
But you do have to, and you know how much I hate the word pressure, but I know what you're referring to. And so you do have to, so you do have to give the normal amount of weight, right?
Okay.
And what I do, and it probably would be the same for you, is it depends on the set of strings, but I usually give the weight to the string that needs it the most, okay? So for instance, if you're on the AE, I put the weight on the A, and whatever's left over is plenty for the E. See what I mean? Plenty. Usually too much. I gotta.
The G, I would put a little extra weight on the G.
Yes, because it's so big and heavy, right? And whatever string you feel like needs the most weight, and it's usually just like we said, the G needs a lot. Except that, of course, when you put that weight on the G, as soon as you get her moving, you got to get out of the way. and not let that weight be in the way, right? But it is quite a bite you have to give for the G. So yeah, so I would bite the G. Whatever's left is plenty for the D. Okay. The trickiest one I find is between the D and the A, because they kind of have an equal touch. There's not much difference between them. So with that one, I just kind of put regular weight and just go for it. With the A and the E, however, very carefully I put that weight on the A and nothing for the E, just whatever's left of my fingers. Does that make sense? Okay, let's do it again. Same thing. All right. This is what used to get me going at the St. Lawrence Market at 6 in the morning. The sound of the fiddle in the nice room that I got to play in. So rich and rewarding. Here we go. Ready? Go. Another successful one for me anyway. You guys look like you were moving along pretty good. Now, let's try this bowing exercise with these sets of double stops. So, down, up, up. And we better do 2 of them, just like we're doing with the regular one. So, it's going to sound like this. Oh, we'll do 2, yeah. Let's see what happens here. 1, 2, 3, go. Now that is a workout and a half. Here's what I noticed as I was doing that. Starts and stops were a little more exaggerated in terms of my touch. I had to give it a little bit more, okay, to get them to be clean and nice. Otherwise, a little bit messy, okay? The other thing is no brakes are allowed when you're doing double stops. That's for sure. So when I got to the middle where I wanted to stop the bow, I had to think ahead. And I had to let that hand stop on its own, just like a car, just like driving an old truck with no brakes. You got to think ahead if you want to stop, right? So I kind of let the hand finish it so that it ends up in the middle of the bow, and then start her up again. And like I said, starting the note ended up being a little bit more work than usual to get it to start clean. Okay, so that's what I noticed as we were doing that. How about you guys? Did you notice a similar kind of thing, or was it kind of disastrous? A little disastrous? Okay, well, we'll try it again, because it is a lot of playing, hey? By the time you get finished with it, it's a lot. So let's shake her out a little bit. We're going to try her one more time and see what happens there. One more go. 1, 2, 3, and... That was cool. That was there's not many, I call them beautiful Zoom moments, where everybody on my screen, the bow is moving at the same time, It doesn't happen very often, but it was just happening there. And I really like it, because that way I can keep track. And I can watch you guys and see if you're kind of getting the good rhythm going, which it looked like you were at that point, okay? And it also amazes me that all these bows are moving at exactly the same time, like, in like 2 provinces. Pretty cool. But anyway, so now, I want to get some feedback. First of all, what do you find to be the hardest set of double stops in the key of G that we are doing right now? Okay? What's the hardest set that we got? Lena looks like she's ready to start. Yes.
Yeah, it's the G open with the D3 for me.
The octave.
Is that the octave?
That's an octave, because D3 is a G, and so is your G string. So D3 is G4, and the G string is G3. So that's an octave apart. What do you find hard about it?
I can tell always that the D3 is like not in tune, but I can't tell in which directions it's not in tune when the other string is also making a sound.
Okay, let me show you something. This might help you there, Lena. I'm going to give you an example of too low and too high. Okay? Here's too low. And I'm going to bring it in as you listen. Did you hear that come together?
Yeah.
Good. Here's an example of too high. You hear how it suddenly got really edgy? Now I'll bring it in. Did you hear that come in?
Mm-hmm.
Not as easy to hear it come in from the sharp to the in tune as it is from flat to in tune. That's really yeah.
I think usually it's too flat. I think
Most people, 90% of the people I have taught in history play flat all the time. Most people do. I don't know what it is. I had one lady from Nova Scotia. She had really long fingers and a really long neck. She's one of these people, and she played sharp all the time. That's it. That's the only one. Everybody else, the problem is always flat. Okay, so 90% of the time that's the case. Now, the thing is about the octave is that when you do get it in tune, sometimes you can only hear one note. See that?
Yeah,
Cancels
maybe
out.
that's part of it.
Yeah. So keep that
I
in.
also find I can't tell when I'm doing that one. I can't tell
When you're in.
when I'm in or out because I think I'm only playing one string sometimes. So that explains that.
So if you feel like you're playing one string, you're getting it in tune.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I start wiggling it around trying to like hear two things and I shouldn't be hearing two things.
well, and that's exactly. And that's the other thing. You like even a stop clock is right twice a day. So you should always like when you bang your finger down, listen for a second. You might be right. You don't have to move around. Now the other thing I was going to say about the octave. So yes, when you're in tune, you only hear one note, but it also means that it's easy to hear when you're out of tune because you'll hear a modulation in the sound. So here it is in tune, one note. So you're just a tiny bit flat. You hear that wah 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 wah. So that's how you can tell. All right. So you're either looking for the unified sound, and if you hear a modulation, you're probably flat. So you press a little harder. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah. Cool.
Very
Thanks.
good question, though. Very good. And I was working with somebody with a metronome. I don't know if any of you guys mess around with playing with the metronome, but I was working with somebody who was really trying to do that, and they were doing really good. And I pointed out that because when you are playing right with the metronome, sometimes it means you can't hear the metronome because you're playing right on the click and you're covering it. See that? And for me, that's actually usually my tell. When I'm in the studio and I'm playing along with that click track and it disappears, I know that I'm in that groove and I'm just going to let her go. I'm going to feel it, you know. So it's kind of similar to the octave. Okay. Now, who else? Which one is the hardest? Anybody else? Yes, Joanne.
For me, it's the on the A string. So I guess it's A3, D2. No, E2. That makes sense.
Oh, that's the fourth. That is the hardest one. That is.
I can't do that. I don't like the sound. I don't like the sound of it. It just. Ooh.
Oh, I love the sound of it. When you get
Well, probably because I don't get it right.
Yeah, and the fourth, like I was saying about the octave, the fourth, the fifth, and the octave, those three intervals are completely unforgiving. If you're even a little bit out of tune, it gives you that modulation, and it's just awful, eh? And so here's the fourth in tune. I gotta get my tuner up so I can make sure you guys believe me. It's all about credibility. So that's her bang on in tune, and it's beautiful. You can hear both notes ring like a bell on the fiddle. It's lovely. See that? So here it is out of tune. Oh my God. And it's not even a lot. That G. I've got a little thin strip of red on my tunable. And it's just awful. Just awful. See that? So now I'm going to bring it in. Oh, it's like the sun coming out there. See that? She comes together. So now here's my advice. So that was my little explanation about why it's hard. The other reason why it's hard, and I got this from a violinist, a really good violinist. He pointed out to me that the second finger, because the fourth, you do that on all sets of strings there, eh? That same, you can play D3, A2, and also get a fourth. Oh. Same with this one here. See that? Those are all fourths. And he said when you're doing those, remember that the second finger wants to stick down further than your third finger does because it's longer. And so that's going to make that G. If I let my G sit there the way it wants to, it's really sharp. See that? So I have to split the difference and let some pressure off of that. Because if I let it go all the way in, it's really sharp. See that? So that could be affecting you, Joanne. If you let that second finger let some pressure off of it, then it could if that's the problem. Okay? So that's the other danger about why it's hard. Here's how to work on it. Tune the D using the D string. And tune the G to it until you hear it come in. Is that helping? Could you remind us what's a fourth?
Yeah, I just find that high sound. I don't even in tune it irritates me.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, that's
Yeah.
I can't. There you go.
Yeah, but I know I'm getting I think you're right though with the A on the A string. I'm not getting that in tune.
Okay, and that's the octave.
Sorry, on the E string.
Yeah,
sorry.
the E2.
The A string's okay. It's the E string.
Okay, good. So now you know how to tackle it. And if I were you, I would try to do that. Tune the G to the D. You'll find when it gets in tune. And if it's a sound you don't love, then just wait for that sound that you don't love, and you'll know that you're in tune.
Yeah.
Okay?
Exactly.
Okay. Now, somebody said, remind us what a fourth is.
I really like that sound.
I love it.
The B and the G. I like that sound if I get it right.
Yes.
But it's so easy not to get it right that it doesn't sound good.
It's a dangerous one. But it is. I love it. When you get it right, it's really, really nice. It's absolutely right. Now, somebody said, remind us what a fourth is. So a fourth is when the notes are 4 notes apart. So 1, 2, 3, 4. A fourth. See that? A fifth is when they're 5 notes apart. The strings are tuned in fifths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a fifth. See that? When we play G2 in open D, those notes are 3 notes apart. That's a third. Okay? Here's the second. Crunchy. Here's a, let's see, what about a sixth? I love that one. I do that in country music all the time. See that? It works really well behind a country song. So that's a sixth, all right? And there are more, but the third, the fifth, and the fourth are what fiddle players use all the time, especially the fifth.
The first 4 strings in the guitar are a fourth part.
They're a fourth. Yeah, guitar is tuned in fourths. A fiddle is tuned in fifths. And I'm pretty sure that's why I could never get the hang of the guitar. Because I tried many times. Now, Bill is saying that on a guitar, on a fiddle, the strings are 5 notes apart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See that? On a guitar, the strings are 4 notes apart. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that's the next string. See that? And I still think that's why I could never get the hang of the guitar, because since I was 5 years old, it's open, 1, 2, 3, next string. And I just can't get used to this whole open, 1, 2, next string business. I just can't get used to it, For me, music is your hand. And it's just because I started so early on, I'm pretty sure. But you're right, Bill. The guitar is fourths and the fiddle is fifths. And it does take a little getting used to. All right, who else? Hardest one and why? Anybody else want to chime in? I saw 2 heads nodding along with Joanne about the fourth, very enthusiastically. So I get that. I understand that. It's definitely the hardest one. But is there anything else anybody wants to add before we try it one more time? Right then, let's do it. And same bowing pattern. I think it's going to be really useful. 1, 2, 3, go. that's a workout and a half, eh? Double stops on those with the bowing pattern. So how's everybody feeling now? Do you feel like you can keep working on that? And remember, all the bowing patterns that we did can be done on double stops, and they're all valuable. So if that one's boring, you can do this one here. You can do the jiggle. Actually, the jiggle would be very good to do, because that sensitivity to each string, when you're doing it on 2 strings like this, that's really building some good fiddle skill, because most of the time I'm just kind of going like this, right? And so if you can do it on 2 strings and it sounds good, when you do it on 1, it's going to be easy. All right? Any questions or problems with any of that hard work? No? All right, let's practice something, shall we? What was our big tune that we were, oh yeah, the Irish Washerwoman. Cultural stereotypes coming up. So my band is going to do a live stream on Thursday. We decided it on the phone there on the weekend, because my buddy Ross, he's a piper, and the pub down the road from him is called the Caledonian, and it's a Scottish pub, which you do not run into very often. Like lots of Irish pubs, but this one is a Scottish one, owned by a woman from Glasgow, and they're expert whiskey people, and the food is unbelievable at this place. Like, that's their main thing. But they're having a Burns night on Zoom. So what you do is you go down to the Caledonian, you pick up your whiskey and your haggis, and you bring it home, and they have a little event on Zoom, and Ross is going to be piping in the haggis for everybody, right, on Zoom. Which is kind of funny. And I was saying, oh geez, I hate letting Robbie Burns go by without doing something in Ontario. Like, it's such an important thing here. It wasn't really a huge thing in Cape Breton, I gotta say. Kind of like St. Patrick's Day in Ireland. It's only been a really big thing in the last 10 years, But anyway, so we're doing we decided to do a live stream for Robbie Burns Day from Dora Keogh's on Thursday. And it's really great because the place has been closed for a month. So we're going to play lots of Scottish music, and we're going to try. Now, I haven't got him to agree to it yet, but we're going to try to get Brian to do the address to the haggis in his Sligo accent. And I said to Ross, all he has to do is try to read it, and that would be a riot. So we're going to try.
My wee Uncle Jimmy usually does the address to the haggis for the Caledonian. I don't know if he's doing it this year.
Oh, for the Caledonian?
Yeah, little Jimmy Strickland.
Oh.
Uncle. I don't know if he's doing it this year, but he usually does it.
Well, there was probably an attempt made to recruit him because all the usual suspects were being rounded up for this particular event. Well, so
he just had his 80th birthday, and I can't say that Zoom is his forte. So we'll see if somebody figures it out for him.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so we'll get back to the Irish cultural stereotypes. And we'll do the Irish Washerwoman. Now, I think, have we been working on this for 2 weeks? Is this our second week at it? It is. Okay. 3rd week at it. Okay, good. So let's take her nice and easy. Let's do it, let's see if we can get through it 3 times. Okay? Now, I'm thinking this tempo. Is that going to work out, you think? Let's give it a go. Just going to mute everybody. Everybody's muted, yeah. Except me. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. 2, 3. also a workout. How are we feeling about the Irish Washerwoman? Good. That's good. Do you think we could go faster? Yeah? It's less work. And I was talking last time about a tune to pair this with. And I was looking at that lovely drive that Lena put together to see what we've done. And I was thinking, since it's Robbie Burns, we could try playing Cock of the North with it. Hey? Because I'm pretty sure Irish Washerwoman is a Scottish tune about Irish people. And so it would kind of be a fitting kind of thing, you know? So it would sound, while you're taking a breather, I'll show you what it would sound like. So, oh my God, this fell off. Jeez, I notice when I don't do any gigs, this thing stays on all the time and doesn't annoy me by falling off every 5 minutes, but still once in a while it does. Okay, so let's see. So that's the Cock of the North is... Oh, that's a nice change. Let me do it again without screwing it up this time. So... That is really, really nice. So I think we should try doing that. So let's do this. Let's work out the what do you call it there? The Irish Washerwoman. Let's do it 2 more times, a little quicker, and then we'll practice Cock of the North. We'll bring it back from the brink of beyond or whatever. It's been a while, I know. Okay, so 2 more Irish Washerwomans with a little bit of heat. So like kind of like a... Let's try it. It's almost jaunty, positively jaunty. 1, 2, 3, bang! Yes, Shona, the last note is really all you need most of the time. You get the last one in there and you're good to go.
I don't know what it is, but for some reason my fingers go all over the place when we get to the little run on the A string. I'll get it.
On the A
My
string?
fingers start to go.
On the A string?
Yeah, I don't know why. It's not that hard, but that little run on the A string, my like the 3-2, like the A1 or sorry A3, A2, A1. My fingers just start to go.
This here?
Yeah, I don't know why. I
Oh.
lose it every time. I know it's not that.
So a couple of pieces of advice about that. Make sure you. So you're talking about like. Oh my God. Oh. This is the ukulele that I found on the road, and I grabbed it because it had a pickup in it, and I thought I could put the pickup in Jerome's guitar, which I never did. Anyway, so if you're talking, you're talking about like this. That there, that little scale there. So okay, so first of all, put all 3 fingers down.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, but then my fingers get all confused right now. It's just practice.
Okay, yeah, nothing a few hundred times won't kill.
But then my fingers are like, ah.
Yeah, spastic finger syndrome. Yeah, okay, well that's okay. We can keep working on that. Anybody else having any problems when we tried to go fast?
Dan, what is the grace note that you are putting at the end of each section? Or not the grace note, what's the note called that ties it together?
Pickup note.
The pickup note. What's the pickup note?
Good question, Lena. So, just an open A to a B. Okay? And you can do a little move, you can do a little sliding. If you want to, that's what I do. And when I do a slidey, I don't actually play the open A. I just have my first finger kind of like that. See that? Bring it to life there. And I think I'm doing the same one every time. Let's just let me make sure. Yeah, and then it's a... Yep, same one every time. So either use just a complete open A, or you can do that. You can try to do that slidey move, but it's hard. You can play around with it, and if you are playing around with it, I have my finger barely on the string right at the very end. It's making a non-note, no pressure on it at all, and then I basically just kind of do this move. See that? At a little speed of my bow, you get a nice lively note coming to life there for you. See that? That's how I do that slide. Okay? It's not something you can get right away, but I like to show people exactly what I'm doing in case... That looked like it was a success there, Joanne. The look on your face makes me think it was a success. Because when you get it, it's really kind of cheerful.
I was surprised at the sound that came out.
Well, that's what it's for. That's what it's for. I always say that those little...
I have a question.
Yes.
I have a question, though. In the third bar of the third, well, I guess the second part, the first line, the second part, the third bar, are you playing a double stop or are you playing a different note? Because it always sounds different than what I'm playing.
Let me see here. I'm just going to get it up on my screen. I recently cleaned up my desktop, so just give me a second. Here it is.
Or maybe I'm playing it wrong, because you always sound different than me.
So you're saying the third bar
of the first line of the second part. So the third, I don't know, how do you call that? That's the third line of the song.
Yeah, third line, third bar.
Yeah.
I am playing a double stop there. And it's the lazy bow thing. Remember I talked about the lazy bow thing? You're supposed to move your bow over to the D string right off of the A string, but I just don't. See that? That's what I'm doing there, yeah. It could be confusing. I'm sorry about that. Especially since it's already in the melody, like that A is in the melody, so it could confuse. And it's nice to do.
It didn't confuse me. I like the sound of it.
Oh,
I
I
was
see.
just wondering what you were doing.
Yeah, and you can
Yeah.
probably do it, I'd say, because we worked on the double stop G2 in Open D. It's exactly the same, except with the other set of strings. So you can probably do it, so that's great. Any other comments or anything before we try her once more? All very good comments and questions there, guys. Okay, let's do it then. Okay. Same speed. 1, 2, 3, go! One more time. All right, here we go. Shona, don't worry, it'll come, it'll come. Keep the fingers down as much as you can, that'll help a lot. Now let's get out the old cock of the north there, guys. Let's see if we can bring that back from the brink of destruction. And look on this handy dandy little list of tunes. And there it is. Wow, look at that. That was easy. Okay. So let me play it for you so you can remember how it sounds. Everybody remember that guy? Auntie Mary had a canary, that's what the Irish people call it. Flew up the leg of her trousers. Auntie Mary had a canary, flew up the leg of her trousers. I never heard that before I moved here. It's pretty funny. So, let's see. How fast should we try it for the first going off in a long time? Let's see. You think we can handle that there, guys? Let's give it a shot and see if we can. You never know. It might work. Okay, nice and easy. We'll give it a go. Oh, nice. You got the jewelry light on that there, Lena. That's good. 1, 2, 3. Thoughts and feelings, people? Shona, you might have missed this one. I'm trying to think back, and you might have missed learning it altogether.
I missed it, and I also forgot to repeat the first section, so I got a little lost.
Oh, I see,
But
I
now
see.
I know.
Good, that's good. Anybody else having any problems that get in the way of us putting us with the other tune and playing it a little tiny bit faster? Anybody? Okay, well, you know what that means. We're going to try it a bit faster. Let's see. So we were doing the Irish Washerwoman. Jaunty. That's what I said, wasn't it? Jaunty. So let's try. Let's just try it. Let's see. It might go right. You never know. Don't forget to repeat, Shona. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Geez, that went pretty smooth. Hey, not bad for an oldie. Shona, you getting better at it there as we go along? No? Okay, well.
I'm almost okay on the E string. The A string is just like not my friend today.
Is that right? Okay.
It's okay.
I wish you the best of luck. And if you need help, please reach out, between classes. I don't mind help. Okay, guys, shall we try the two of them together? Let's do it. It's our Robbie Burns set to commemorate the Bard.
Which one goes first?
I think the Irish Washerwoman will go first because there's nothing better than going from G to A. Well, I shouldn't say those specific keys, but when you jump up a note like that in the keys, it's so nice. It's such a nice change. The other way around is nice too, but not near as effective as going up. Going down is nice too, but going up is like the sun coming out. All right? So I think that's what we should do. Now let's address the seam. So Irish Washerwoman, now there's a couple of ways that we could approach it. We could get rid of those pickup notes that you see on the Cock of the North, which I kind of am leaning towards, but this is what it would sound like. See that? Straight up. Or we could include the pickup notes. So that means... Also very nice nice, but it's a little bit more complicated. See that? So what you're going to do is you're not going to play all 3 of those D3s. You're only going to play 2 and then go right to the pickup, which actually might be better. And it might be better sonically. You guys tell me what you like better. First of all, I'll do it with no pickup. Okay, not bad. It actually worked better than I thought it would. Here it is with the pickup. That's what I thought too. Yeah, definitely better. It sets the scene a little bit better. Gives you a bit of warning for that Scottish music coming in at you. Okay, so that means that for the scene, you're going to play 1 D3 in that last bar. Okay, so 2, 1, 2, A3, 2, 1, 3. 3. Sorry, how many are you going to play? 2, 1, 2, A3, 2, 1, 3, 3, E. See how that works, guys? Make a note of that. 2, 1, 2, A3, 2, 1, 3, 3, E. So it's actually, you're ending up playing that G, the D3, 2 times. Both short. Okay? And then we're up to the top. So let's try, first of all, let's just play that scene. So we're going to go like this. From there, okay, in the second part, and then we're going to go right into that pickup. Ready to go. Here we go. E. Let's do it one more time. Same place. Ready, and. That looked like it worked okay. Everybody feeling okay about that? Okay, so let's do it. Let's play them both. 2 times each in the traditional Scottish fashion. All right, let's do it. The same jaunty pace. Ready, go. Happy Robbie Burns Day. Playing loads of Scottish music and annoying the neighbors. That's what it's for. All right. How's everybody feeling about the Scottish set? Not too bad? It's workable? So I know next week is February 1st, so it's technically out of the Robbie Burns range. I think the 29th is the last day that people really ever do stuff, but we're going to do it anyway. We'll play our Robbie Burns set anyway on the 1st, okay? Give you a chance to practice it and get it up a little bit in speed. And then you'll have a set to play for every Robbie Burns Day for the rest of your life. You can go to the Burns dinner and somebody will say, I heard you play the fiddle. You'll be like, oh yeah, I got a set for you right here. Any questions or problems or comments? Great. Shall we take a look at Wild Rover? Great old tune. You know, I used to sing these tunes. I did Wild Rover and the Irish Rover. You know how many Rovers there are in Scottish and Irish music? There's a lot, man. I used to sing the Wild Rover on road trips with the kids, and they loved it. And I also used to sing the Irish Rover, which is a great song, but it's a mouthful. Don't know if you've ever. It's the one about the boat, and it goes through the boat and the cargo and the crew, and then the disaster where it slams against the rocks at the end. It's a great song, very, very popular, of course, and the kids loved it. They would just howl with me singing that. And I did the Ramblin' Rover as well. Was another one. Another one was, and I'm an honest Irish laborer. It's a great song. And so I was doing the Wild Rover the other day, and Jerome says to me, I used to really like that song. He's too cool for it now. That's the thing. Too cool. 11 years old. Way too cool for the Irish Rover, for God's sakes. Okay, let's see where my Wild Rover is. Yeah, this version I found of it today is just great. And I love the ones that have the words written in, because I'm sure you guys are familiar with the Wild Rover. You know how it goes, and you probably know some of the words. And the words help so much with the rhythm. Hey? All you got to do is picture singing it, and it helps with your rhythm of the tune. There's another thing about songs is that they're kind of variable in terms of the rhythm. People sing them sometimes with varied rhythms, you know? So having the words laid out there really, really helps. Yes, Deborah?
What is the language below English? It's not French, I don't think.
No, I don't even know. Where did I get it? I got it on this... That is hilarious. Well, I have no idea what that is.
Had me puzzled.
It's very puzzling. What is that? Ho Fat Joe. It looks like Ho Fat to Joe. Isn't that Happy New Year in Chinese? I don't actually. I'm gonna have to research that. What's that?
Dan, I don't have the music. You sent me like a recording.
Oh, okay. I'll send you the music right now.
Okay, thanks.
No problem. No problem. Wild Rover. There we go. Okay, so I just gotta forward that. Okay, forwarding to Sharon. Oh, I think I sent it to the wrong Sharon.
Oh.
The
Well,
one.
you did send me something, and it was the recording. It was there was 2 recordings.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I think you just sent the wrong one. That's all.
Okay. Well, anyway, so you should have it now. And yeah, you got it?
Oh, there it is. Okay, got it.
Good.
Okay, perfect. Thanks.
Right on. No problem. So anyway, so let me just take a look at this. I'll play it for you. You guys follow along. And if you can follow along that language, that's great. Whatever that happens to be. Somebody should try singing it in that language while I'm playing it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That's the whole song, okay? That's the verse and the chorus. So let's see. So it's in the key of G, which is very handy for us because we're so good at the key of G, all right? At this point in history, we're very, very good at the key of G. Then it starts off with a G, and it's got a pickup note. I've been. And Rover does this little kind of thing there, the 2-1 open on the D string. And that's kind of, you see that 8th note followed by the A there. That's what the rhythm goes like for that, okay? And then we got you hold that for the longest time ever. It feels like you hold it for an entire year. And then you do this. And then you hold that G for the length of time it takes you to drink a beer, okay? So let's see if we can get that opening phrase. D3 is how we start. 3, 3, A3, 2, 1, open. Okay, we'll go nice and slow. Ready, 2. Okay, just that much. Let's try it again. 3, 3 is how we start. 1, 2. Are we getting it? Is it sounding like it should? Oh, Deborah. Yikes. Be gentle. Everybody getting that okay? Let's do it again. I'm not convinced. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, a little bit better. Now the next phrase is exactly the same as the first phrase. And then it continues the same way. But then does this. That's the only difference there. Oh no, that's all the same. No, it's all exactly the same. Okay? So basically we play the first 2 phrases twice, and that's the verse, and then we'll get the chorus. So let's see how far we can get with this there, guys. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Second time around. Okay, we'll leave it there right now. Everybody getting along okay with that? What's going on, Lena? What's the hardest part? Boil her down. Hardest part.
I'm challenging myself to try and play it without writing in the fingering for the first time ever. I'm trying to read music without writing in the fingering. So I would need to do it real slow to do that.
Oh, we'll go slow. We'll go slow. And don't forget my little tricks. If it's on a space, 2 or open. If it's on a line, 3 or 1. Okay, let's do it again.
Finally actually making a little bit of progress. Like
good.
When I write fingerings, I can just do it with that theory now, but playing it is like, the next step. So.
Of course. Now, I will tell you, I'm just kind of counting them up. I do this all the time. So we're basically dealing with like 5 notes here. So between the 3s, which I find the most confusing ones, the 3s and the 1s, you can count up how many times am I doing G, the 3, and how many times am I doing the 1. You might find here that there's a lot fewer 1s. So if you're guessing, you guess for the 3. See what I mean? Okay, make your guessing game easier. So let's go much slower for the people that are trying to do that. Yes, Joanne?
Just noticed that above, I guess it's the word gold.
Yeah, they forgot the note head.
Line. So there is supposed to be a note there.
There's supposed to be a dot there. Somebody forgot.
Okay.
It must have been it must have been whoever was writing it out who probably speaks this language that we're looking at here. Maybe they neglected that particular note head, but that's okay. We know what it is. It's supposed to be an A1. Golden Great Store. Okay, let's try her again, guys. Nice and slow for those that are trying to get this reading thing happening, which I'm very happy about, by the way. Okay? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay, is that a little better, Lena? Looked like you had a little bit more success that time.
I got a little bit more. It's really hard to read music.
And then once you get the hang of it, it's like automatic. But you're just at that point there where you got. I'm really glad that you're doing it and that you're having some success because it means you're going to get there. Okay? Now let's take a look at this chorus. So if you're looking at this bar, it's the second last bar of the third line. No, sorry, the third last bar of the third line where it says, no, nay, never. Let's see. Yeah. So the pickup to no, nay, never is the F sharp and the G where it says chorus right above it. Okay, that's the pickup to the chorus. So it sounds like this. Right up your kilt. Okay? Okay? Let's see if we can do it. Everybody's looking pretty confident there. It's great. So we're going to start where it says chorus, the G and the F and the G. And I do them in one bow. Okay, in an up bow. 1, 2, 3, go. Right up your kilt. Do it all again from the chorus. 2, 3, A, 2, 1, D. 1, 1, 1. Open 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 3, 2, 1. 1, open 1. A, D, 3. Oh, that's looking good, guys. Looking good. How you doing with this part, Lena?
I didn't see actually where it said chorus, so I was a little lost.
Third line.
Yeah.
End of the third line, it says chorus above the staff.
Are we starting at the beginning of that?
We're starting
Bar?
right where it's the note that says no. It's a D2. That's where we're starting.
In the middle of the bar. Okay.
Yeah, because those two notes are actually the pickup to the chorus.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's do it one more time. D2. 1, 2, 3, go! One more time, same thing. 1, 2, 3, go. Are we feeling it, people? Are we roving with the Wild Rover? Well, he's finished roving, but are we sitting, I guess, with the Wild Rover? Okay, so now let's see how it happens when we take her right from the top and see if we can go right from one end to the other. Okay? We're going to ramble all the way to the pub here. Here we go. A 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Let's do it again. One more time. Wild Rover. Okay, so it's a work in progress. I know it's the first going off there tonight, so we'll take some time with it. Well, don't worry, Lena. We'll get you there with the reading, man. I promise. We'll get there. And I'm glad that you're using, this is actually a really good one to practice that reading, because it's kind of got a bit of everything, but you know what it should sound like. That's kind of like, I'm assuming you know what it should sound like, but that's kind of, it's half the battle, with reading. Like, it's really half the battle. And because you know what it should sound like, you can start to relate what you see here to what you hear. Okay? Now, remember that not everybody sings it the same way. So some guys might sing it just exactly like it's written here. Or some people might go just straight. See that? So there's lots of... So you feel free. Play it the way that you hear it. Use the music, of course, but if you already know the tune and it's coming out a certain way, not quite exactly the same rhythm as the music, that's okay, you know? It's whatever way that you hear the song and that you would sing the song. This is just a guideline, okay? But if you're using it, we might as well get it right if you're trying to read. Any questions or problems with the Wild Rover before we leave it and come back to it next week? Hopefully it won't rove too far. Anyone? That's great. Okay, so we have our work cut out for us. Next week we're going to perform our Scottish set for ourselves. And hopefully you'll get some applause from yourself. And then we're going to work on the Wild Rover, and I'll dredge something up as well from the past that we'll work on as well. Okay? There was a lot of work tonight, a lot of arm. So thanks very much for your effort, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
Good night.
Nighty-night. Yes, Bill. Okay, Bill's saying bye. Okay, bye-bye.